Hello and welcome to the third episode of Let's Play Legend of Grimrock Oldschool. And now to infinity and beyond, or in other words, down to level 2. So now I'm probably gonna start mapping. You might notice some slowdowns as I try to map while I film and comment, but let's see here. A door with a switch. And ooh, close. You can use that. So, this seems like a dead end. And if I'm not much mistaken, this is actually the place we fell down to on floor 1. So, just gonna smash up these crates. As every good gamer knows, crates are there to be destroyed. Another gastropod. A gruesome gastropod. That's snail for you non-sciencey folks. Coolio. And onwards we go. Ooh, what's down here? A locked door. That's useful. And again, my torch is starting to burn out. But we'll manage. So yeah, I don't know if I already told, but a smart trick is you can take your burned out torch, put it in the torch holder there on the wall, and it will light or it will burn at full strength, while the torch you actually put there was starting to burn out. So it's kind of neat. Side chamber with more clothes. You know, why do you even need shopping centers these days? You can just find some rags off the floor and you're good to go. Wait, was that? No, that was moss. It wasn't anything. Pull the chain. Oh, enemies. Itching for a fight. And ding. More of those annoying little things. I don't actually know what they're called. I guess they're called mini herders or something. But they're pretty annoying. They shoot poison bolts at you and move kind of fast. Ah! There we go. Kill the big herder. Hopefully sometime today. There we go. More meat. This time it's herder meat. And we found a new weapon. So yeah, that's a machete. Just like the movie. Except probably not terrible. It is terrible. And terrible for him as well. I'll just hold on to it for now. So, ooh, what's this? A key and a compass. Which is rather neat, because when you're mapping for yourself, you don't know which way is north unless you have a compass. And now we'll level up. Yep, spam fire magic. And we learned a new spell. As you can see, level 2 spell question marks. But we already know from the scroll that it's simply this rune, which stands for fire. Discovered new spell. Oops, wrong way. So, while I walk here, let me tell you a bit about the runes. This rune on the top left corner, that's the fire rune, as you probably guessed from my little firework display. Oops, I can't show that while resting. The next rune, or let's take the corners first, shall we? The other corners are top right, that's the air rune. Bottom right, that's the ice rune or frost rune. And bottom left, that's the earth or poison in this game rune. The middle is called balance. Left is spiritual, right is physical, top is life, and bottom is death. And even though there's a life rune, oh yeah, let me read this text. Shelter left, cells right. It's kind of a fun puzzle. It's not used very many places, but torch holders can sometimes illuminate your path. And we get our first heavy armor. But let me finish on the runes. Yeah, life and death. Even though there's life runes, there's not really any healing spells yet in the game. Just kill off a snail. But I mean, later on you get the ability to make some potions, so you don't really need healing spells that much. And down he goes. So, heavy armor and armor in general. Fighters are the only ones that are meant to wear heavy armor. As you can see here, 16 in the armor skill. That gives you heavy armor proficiency. Empty cells right there. And there's also light armor proficiency. No penalties from wearing the respective armor. So if you look at the heavy armor here, iron bassinet, you lose 10 evasion, which is more than you gain in protection from equipping it. So even though I don't know the formulas, I'd assume 10 evasion, losing 10 evasion is worse than the benefit you gain from 8 protection. So in other words, don't wear it without proficiency. Pretty simple. Light armors, as we get here from this nice cozy lit up cell. Ooh, and a key. Light armor, any class can wear it, but it falls probably more naturally for warrior and rogue. As you see, only 8 in armors gives you light armor. For rogue, you need all the way up to 17 in dodge. And you're probably not gonna take dodge unless you're going on the front lines. So your backline rogues probably won't ever use light armor. And finally, mages here, staff defense. That's actually only 14 points. I thought it was worse, but yep, that's how you get light armor on those. So here we found a key. Let's see if it fits the lock. Fortunately it does. And now we're in a 3x3 almost room. And oops, what does this room hold? 2 pressure plates. How exciting. And a door. I wonder what they want us to do. Let's try placing this torch. That seemed to do something. Not. And the other... Oh, the door opened. Peculiar. But before we go through the door, and it closed again as you can see, let's look in here. Luckily we get a rock to place on the pressure plate. And would you look at that, another secret. Which leads us to the cell from before, which is pretty much empty. We got some arrows and another torch. You can never have enough torches. But yeah, again, I'm gonna use torches to weigh down pressure plates. Oops, wrong one. Because you can use rocks for throwing at people. And onwards to the corridor. Oh, new enemy type. This one is called a Crowan, I guess. It's a mix of crow and wyvern. And I would have no chance of knowing it if not for the manual. I don't think it's mentioned anywhere in game. But we don't need to know its name to kill it. Would be odd if you did. I guess that's some kind of true name magic. Rumpelstiltskin. Text. Actually, I guess the whole civilizations use this kind of runic system because I'm pretty sure you can read it without a mage, so it doesn't seem to be anything arcane or something. So this one says no weapons allowed inside. And a cleverly placed niche here. I guess they don't want us to take our weapons with us. So let's place a dagger. It worked. But now my rogue is without a dagger. Let's give him a machete. God, these snails are easy. I'm kinda regretting I didn't start on hard, even though I have to film this for you guys, whoever you are watching. Lots of food. Oh! I barely even saw that. Good thing I have sharp eyes. So let's click it. And we get slippers, pointy shoes. I prefer slippers. Let's see what those do. Protection +1 and dexterity +1. And I also forgot to equip these clothes, so let's give them there. One to the bull and pants for the mage. You know, it's kind of disgusting having an insect running around without pants. Oh, it's okay having a trader walking around in loincloth. So let's take back the dagger. And actually, yes, I know you can just place any weapon. It doesn't have to be equipped when you place it. But it's all for fun, you know. So, as you, the astute watcher, probably noticed, our bull is starting to get hungry because he has big stomach to fill. Starving. You are starving. Attack power is halved. Resting does not recover health or energy. And that's bad. So let's give him a piece of snail. That seemed to help. And while we're at it, same for the other dudes. Except the insect, because insects don't need food. They don't deserve food, actually. And we got ourselves another torch. And key here. Can I see what's on the other side? We might need another key. I'm not entirely sure. But for now, nothing to do but head down this corridor. I messed up my map. 2 seconds. Dim, 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 dim. Ah, elevator music. Okay, onwards we go. For great justice, and so forth. How many squares is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And chain to pole. How lucky. Yeah, if it's starting to annoy you with drawing this map, I'm sorry, but for now it's the name of the game. I might change my mind later and just cheat and download the maps or something. If you like it, sure, but just say if it's starting to annoy. Oh, almost forgot to read the sign. Enter thy grave. See, that's weird. How the hell do they get 3 lines of runes to say enter thy grave? That is kind of weird. But yeah. I got a death wish. Let's just check the walls for any disarming mechanisms or something like that. Nope. Seems safe. Totally not a trap. Let me get a new torch so it doesn't burn out in the middle of combat. That would be most unfortunate. And we're trapped. Great. And we have friends. That's not... Oh, bother. More friends. All in the name of fun. I don't know if these guys should actually do more damage when attacking them from behind. I imagine so. I mean, they're wearing big shields. Okay, this... Oh, I'm lucky. Yeah, I was afraid I was gonna die from being stuck in a corner. That's probably tactically the worst thing you can do in this game. The combat in this game, like in the old school dungeon crawlers, I guess you call them, it's all about, you know, managing all the monsters in your vicinity and not getting stuck in a corner and dodging as many attacks as you can. While still, of course, hitting them, else you'd be there forever, not doing any damage. Now, I don't know if I like it or not. The nice thing about throwing weapons, though you won't see much of it, as I'll be switching him over to daggers later, my trusty rogue, is you automatically pick up used projectiles. But the thing is, when they land on a pressure plate, you're not picking them up. Which I guess is kind of a good thing if you're if you're trying to hold down the pressure plate. It would be kind of annoying if it kept getting picked up. But when you're just throwing like this and it happens to land on a pressure plate, it can be annoying. So I pressed that switch and that switch, so I'm missing this one. Oh, tattered cloak and a bone amulet. Don't know what that does. Oh, I guess you can equip it. Hey, that's awesome. My insect needs that. So, back on track. And hold on. Anyways, I think we need to continue because we didn't get that key yet. So to the holding cells we go. But before, and I didn't even equip these. That goes to my rogue. Better rest up. Oh, this already. This is probably the primary method of storytelling in this game, besides actual notes hidden around the area, like the scrolls you saw before. What's happening? A collective dream? Oh, I know you. Actually, this should be done in the GLaDOS voice, but I'm not gonna try. I know what you seek. Look for me down below, and I might help you. You monster. For science, etc. So, before we got sidetracked, oh, another thing, when you get those cutscenes, your rest continues, but if you move too early, then you're going out of your rest. So, we're in this little area, and I'm just not gonna map it out because, yeah, there's no point mapping when you teleport like this. I mean, you don't know where to place it or anything on the overall map. So, what have we here? 6 cells, and hello. We got a dude in there. He looks kinda bored. You can't see his face, so... oh, now you can. Yeah, I kinda wish you could take his skull and put it on your Minotaur, but... for now, it's button time. And that activates some of those teleporters in there. Let's try a few more times. Oh, and we got a sack. Sacks are containers in this game. Or I guess in almost any RPG. And in this case they can... oh, we actually got an iron key already. Anyways, in this case sacks are rather neat. They have a inherent weight of 0.4 kilograms, but they act as extra 6 slots of storage space. So for example now, I'll fill them with delicious snail meat. Because who doesn't want snail meat? And back through the teleporter. And once more onto the breach. And I'm just gonna make up a symbol for teleporters. I have no idea what I'm doing with this mapping thing, but it's kind of fun. Though it would be more fun probably if I hadn't played the game through already. What I don't do for science. And at last we're at the first, I don't know if it's the only, probably is so, the first saving crystal of level 2. And we need 2 keys here, I see. And with that, I'll probably end this episode. It seems a good point to stop. Plus, with my Ironman challenge, as I mentioned in, was it episode 1? I'll try to not do any manual saves between these autosaves. To keep it more old school and hardcore, you know, those old games where you had to reach a save point. I kinda miss that in some games, so I'm gonna do it manually here, out of my own free will. But for now, I'll just take a backup. And good night.